Hey guys, it's Tom here from Velocity Restorations, back in the showroom again with another video for you. Today we've got an F100 finished in an awesome two-tone Neptune blue and grey. It's like a silvery dark grey. Awesome combination of colors, and just wait until you see the interior on this one. Come and walk around it with me as if you were standing in the showroom here today. So, of course, first thing to introduce is the F100. It is a two-wheel drive lowered truck. You can go lower with these trucks. I'm sure there's lots of popularity out there for very, very lowered F100s. Ours, they are lowered, but they're not slammed, as some people would say. I think they've got a really nice stance about them, and they're designed to drive. Don't let the fact that it's a truck fool you. This vehicle is truly capable in the corners, in a straight line, handles like a beast thanks to the chassis underneath it. So much fun to drive. So F100, rear-wheel drive, two-wheel drive, short bed truck, really, really a ton of fun. Let's start with those two paint colors we talked about. The top of this truck is Neptune Blue. It's a really dark blue. It's almost got a shade of gray in there. But what is really cool about this blue is we've used it on a lot of different vehicles, not just the F100. We've used it on the Mustang with a kind of similar gray with the stripes. We've done some Broncos in Neptune Blue. And I really love seeing these different colors come across the different models, because the different shapes of the vehicles, when you see the same color on a new model, it really kind of pops in a different way. And this F100 is no exception. It's not the first Neptune Blue F100 we've ever done, but it is the first one in this kind of full color combination with the interior. It's a really, really special truck. The lower color is, I would call it almost a gunmetal gray or a silver. It is a metallic color. Really, really nice truck. Really, really nice color. Everything comes together, especially when accented by the chrome and the billet options, just to give it a really, really nice color scheme. So top is Neptune Blue. Bottom is what I'm going to call a gunmetal gray, silver. It is really a gray. And then there's chrome accents all around. Let's go to the front of the truck then and take a look at the grille. Of course, it is a Ford, so we've got the Ford hood lettering over the hood badging. It's really nice. And then this big chrome grille that you would see on these F100s. People ask us a lot, we get in the comments on YouTube videos a lot, hey, that isn't a 76 Bronco because it has these things, or that isn't a 71 F100 because it doesn't have these things. Guys, these are a mixture of all those different year models together in the Velocity way. So we pick bits from the best things, we make them look the way we want them to look. So yes, they're never always true to the exact year model that they're listed on the website. The year model is just a donor car, then they have the Velocity treatment, and that's what they end up being. Underneath that grille, you've got a full chrome front bumper as well, which is really nice. And one little detail that I always like to point out is this very subtle Velocity flying V. We don't like to over brand our trucks and our cars. We like to just have subtle branding on there. We don't want it to be a walk-in billboard for us. We want you to enjoy it, but just if you take it to a car show or somebody asks you about it, they recognize the brand, they say, hey, is that a Velocity? That's why that's there. LED lights on this vehicle, like on all Velocity vehicles, so full LED front lights as well. And then as we get around to the side of the vehicle, you're going to start to see some more of those billet options that we design and make here in-house. We'll start with this side marker light here on the hood. Really nice billets around, absolutely beautiful, made in-house on our 5-axis CNC machine and designed by the guys here at Velocity. You've got the Velocity Flying V etched in there. It's really nice. Again, very subtle branding. We could have completely blacked this out and made it really more obvious that it's a Velocity V, but actually it's just nice and subtle. So that's a really popular option. Down the truck, you're going to see those two colors are split by that midline trim, that chrome beltline trim. Really popular option on these trucks, and it works really well to split those colors up. Obviously, F100s, F250s, that bump dent era, they often had white as their two-tone. So often there was a primary color and then white. But for this one, because it's a bit more menacing and a bit more mean and a bit more street, we went with that darker secondary color underneath it. Another billet thing to mention is going to be our side mirrors. Really, really nice. And then also our door handles. The exterior door handles are all made of billet as well. But also a Flying V goes in there. And these just feel super premium. They just feel really, really nice to hold. Super expensive, weighty. They feel more premium than the standard OEM option. So that's a nice upgrade. Let's talk about those rims really quickly. They are Forgeline wheels. Really, really nice wheels by our friends at Forgeline. On all of our upgraded vehicles, our Street Series vehicles, we use Forgeline rims. And for good reason. They look great, but they're a quality product as well. They are not cheap, but they are worth the money because they just finish this truck off and make it look extraordinary. Let's keep it working our way down the back of the truck. Come to the tailgate. And a really, really popular thing always in these videos is walking through the back end of a truck, because of course, this is what everybody's gonna see when you're pulling away. And like I said, this F100 will smoke a lot of stuff off the line if you can keep the back end straight. You've got the Ford decal dropped in on the back of the tailgate. You've got a billet tailgate release handle, really, really nice. This is again, custom made in-house, Velocity Flying V there. And we actually sit the camera housing for the rear view camera in this, just so it's got a bit more height, so you can see more behind you. It works really well. And again, this is all custom made. Underneath that, you've got more of that chrome trim actually all the way around the tail gate, as well as the lights, LED marker lights, of course, in the back, and then a chrome bumper again to match the front. I'll drop it so you can see the bed. And you'll see the actual tailgate and the bottom and the sides of the bed have been finished in Raptor. So this is a Raptor lining. It's not a painted bed. We're undecided yet. We may end up fitting a wood bed in this one. And if you want to buy this truck, that's something that you can ask us to refit in here. I think this would look really nice with like a dark gray, super dark wooden grain bed in the back too. But I also like the utility of just having the standard bed in this Raptor finish. Another really popular question we get, not so much on these F100s, but more on the F250s, people will see the gas cap on in the cab, on the side of the cab, and they'll think, oh, have you guys not relocated the fuel tank, because that's pretty dangerous? And it would be. No, we have relocated the fuel tank. This F100 is the same. So the fuel tank here is between the frame rails at the back of the bed. It is not behind the cab. If you see though the filler neck on the cab, it's just there for aesthetics. It's been blocked off. It is no longer connected to the fuel system. Don't worry about it. Seen that comment a couple of times, so I wanted to address it. The actual filler cap, I should say, you probably saw it while I was talking, but just to point it out, is right here, back of the bed, and the fuel tank is right underneath here. Awesome stuff. All right, let's get into my favorite bit and really take a proper look in this interior when I open the door, because it is probably one of the best reveal type interiors that we've done in a while. You know, a lot of the interiors kind of either match the exterior or they contrast, but they're a bit more subtle. This one is really like stepping into another world because it's just so fantastic. Take a look at that interior. Absolutely gorgeous. Really, really a special truck. Let's talk through this interior. We'll start with the door card. So this is a completely custom door card because this vehicle is our street series. It does have all of our upgraded features on it, like the billet, but also a lot of these custom design components. It's got all of these billet features built into it, including its armrest, which is also the door handle, internal handle. It's got billet door cup all the way around with a release, as well as window regulator is fully billet, but of course it's a Velocity, and so it operates electronically. It's not manual anymore. Obviously, the main thing that you're seeing on this door panel and throughout the interior is this woven leather. This woven leather is super, super special. It's one of our most premium interior options, and for good reason, because all of this, all the different colorways that you're seeing here are all hand stitched. I'll count them. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different colors, I think, at least 4 different colors, maybe 5, it's hard to exactly tell, just in this hand-stitched weaved pattern. And it feels amazing, it looks amazing, it looks super classic but super modern at the same time. I absolutely love it. Final thing on the door panel is going to be the speaker cup. Speakers module is completely custom made, and behind that is a focal speaker. We'll get onto the sound system when we walk through the rest of the truck. Let me take a seat inside so you can see what it looks like with someone in it. Seating position in this truck is really nice. And if you've watched any of the reviews online, there's been quite a lot of review people, you know, journalists and media that have done reviews on our F100. We have a black truck that's like the Batman truck, we call it, that people have driven. They will tell you how well this truck drives. The seating position is also a big part of that, in terms of how it makes you feel as the driver. It's a really nice seating position. It still feels like a truck, especially the steering wheel position, but actually you've got great line of sight forward, lots of support from the bench in the back, and it really does feel like you could really control the truck from this position. It doesn't feel, when you're driving it, sloppy in any way. It doesn't feel too big, the steering wheel. It just feels right. Big part, in fact, by the design of this steering wheel. So let's talk about that first. It's by Spark Industries, made in partnership with us. It's full billet, surrounded by the matching leather. It's actually got a contrast stitch in there too. It's a really, really nice steering wheel. Behind that, you've got a full tilt column. It's painted. Again, that's another thing that comes as part of this street series. So you've got the billet, the interior, the two-tone paint, and this painted steering column. That's been finished again in the Neptune, which is really nice, and it is fully adjustable. Behind that, we've got a full Dakota digital dash. So Looks are original, looks old school, but actually is modern functionality, fully electric. It's got 2 screens, so you still got all of your normal gauges and things like that, but also 2 additional screens that are gonna give you more information like fuel pressure and remaining fuel and temperatures and all that good stuff. Got full LED lights, like I talked about, those are operated. You got a wash wipe that's really cool, and then you're gonna come onto the rest of the interior, which will spin around so you can see from the other side. I think I chose the right day to wear light jeans and a darker t-shirt today because I basically match this interior's color scheme, I would say close to perfectly. Take a real close look then at this hand woven leather. It's a really nice insert, super premium. It feels really nice to touch, but of course really is the main wow factor of this interior. It's a gorgeous interior all round, but this insert just sets it off entirely. Really, really, really nice option. This blue leather around it as well is really nice. It's super premium. It smells amazing. Obviously, it's a brand new interior, nothing's reused, so this is all new leather. But the blue sometimes can be hard to get right, and I think the guys in the trim shop this time have done a really nice job of matching all the blues throughout the interior, the lighter blues and the darker blues. And this dark blue for the main leather, the material we've used on the bench, just is really nice. It's not too dark, doesn't look black, but it's also not too light. It doesn't look too bright either. It's a really, really nice leather. Another blue is the carpet. So there's another tone here, which actually kind of wraps into one of the blues that are in the inserts. Ever so slightly lighter. Because the F100 is a fully enclosed cabin vehicle, we do fully carpet the F100s. Just makes for that much more premium experience. But don't worry, because you are still protected. This whole mat here is actually removable. It's rubber backed. It's a full carpeted mat. So if you need to, you can remove that, clean it off, vacuum it, wash it, and then put it back. Underneath that then is another full layer of carpet, and then underneath that, of course, is noise, vibration, heat proofing. I think we use Dynamat, or I can't remember exact model that we're using right now. But anyway, it's one of those full heat proof matting systems underneath, and actually in a lot of places in this cabin. Coming up then onto the AC plenum, and you're going to see a Vintage Air AC system controller. So this vehicle features full AC, thanks to the guys at Vintage Air. We use their systems in all of our vehicles, and for good reason, they work really well. This one is super subtle, super easy to use. You've just got 2 knobs that control basic functionality in terms of fan speed and in terms of temperature. That's all you need to control though, because it is also an automatic system. So you can just set the temperature and it will regulate the cabin to match that temperature, which is really nice, a more modern touch. We love these systems because they do actually work. They don't just blow a small flow of air, they really blow a lot of cold air. Well, here in Florida, and if you're somewhere colder, they also heat, of course, as well, but they work really, really well, which means that this F100 truly could be driven every day if you wanted to. Above that, then you've got the rest of the dashboard, and we've dropped in this double DIN infotainment system. It's an Alpine system hooked up to the backup camera, so that's where the backup camera is going to pop up when you do go into reverse gear. But the great thing about this unit is it has full wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so you can hook your iPhone straight up to it. You can have your Spotify on there, you can have your navs on there, your Apple Maps, whatever you need on there to get where you're going and to enjoy your drive. All of that functionality works. And what I really like now is we've basically color matched the outside of the truck to the inside of the truck. So you see all of the rest of this dash has been matched in what I'm calling the gunmetal gray. The upper then is the blue, which kind of matches to the rest of the leather. So you're starting to see those details from the outside come in, which is really cool. Full leather dash pad as well, which is really beautifully been stitched. Really, really nice. You've got billet air vents up top here. I should mention all of the switch gear here as well is billet because it's our street series. We've got lots of billet options for the switch gear inside. And above me, finally, we've got a full blue leather headliner and the blue sun visors, which are really nice. Again, matching leather with the contrast stitch. This interior really is a showstopper. This is one of those ones that if you took it out for somebody to see, obviously the exterior of this truck is gorgeous, but when you open the door, this one just really has that wow factor, in my opinion. And I love it both ways. I love it when we do stuff that is more subtle. I love it when we do stuff like this, which is a bit louder. This truck in particular, though, is very, very cool. You open the door and you just really see the interior come alive. I think now we need to move on to the drivetrain. All right, underneath the hood then is what you would come to expect if you watch a lot of these videos. It's a 3rd generation Coyote V8. We'll slide on in here and have a look. Basically, this is a brand new engine. So long story short, it's a 5-litre V8 producing 460 horsepower, meaning that this truck will do 0 to 60 in less than 5 seconds. It is a ton of fun, this truck. I said it at the start of the video. These F100s are a hoot to drive. They can get away from you. They got a lot of power, but they're really, really fun, especially if you know what you're doing. So 5-litre V8, brand new Coyote engine producing 460 horsepower. It goes super fast, but it's also super reliable. It is a modern drivetrain, so it doesn't require the kind of fiddling and finicking that you would normally have to do on an older engine that would have originally been in this F100, because of course it is modern. So servicing's really easy, long-term maintenance is really easy. If there was going to be a problem from a warranty perspective, that's easy to take care of too. And you do have a 2-year bumper-to-bumper warranty on the drivetrain, as well as the whole vehicle from us bumper to bumper. So that's a really nice option. So 3rd generation V8, behind that is the 10-speed automatic. For me, on a truck like this, I could have done it both ways. I could have done the Tremec, the manual that we offer, or I could have done the 10-speed. I like the 10-speed just because when you're cruising at the higher speeds, it's nice to just know the automatic's there. It's a bit more casual, but if you are somebody who wants to drive fast and enjoys that more analog feeling, we do offer these F100s in manual, so don't worry, that is an option to you. The 10-speed is super smooth as well. It jumps through the gears lightning fast, and especially when you depress the accelerator pedal and you really want to go, it's very quick to respond. It's a really great gearbox, and we use it on all of our Ford products. You've got hydro boosted disc brakes all round by Willwood on this truck, so full 4-wheel disc brakes. It's important that you can stop as fast as you can go. And then really the core thing that makes this vehicle drive so well is going to be the chassis underneath it. It's got a full Roadster Shop, full coilover chassis underneath it, spec chassis from the guys over at RS. It's a monster. It handles incredibly well. Again, don't just take my word for it. Go and read the reviews online. Go and watch other people driving this truck. Not this one in particular, but an F100 of ours. They drive incredibly well. They handle the bumps, but they're also super stiff in the corners. They feel really good to drive. They're just a ton of fun when you know what you're doing. And all thanks to, well, it's in combination, but a lot thanks to that RS spec chassis. So thank you very much for that, guys. Other things, you've got billet hood hinges. These have been blacked out just to match the rest of the paint scheme. Underside of the hood is completely painted as well. Top part of the firewall's been painted, the rest is Raptor lined. Same that we did in the back of the bed is on the underside of this entire truck to keep it nice and tidy underneath as well. And I think we've covered just about everything. Custom headers, custom serpentine system like you'd normally see in one of our Coyote runs, for those who know. I think that's about it. Truck's a really nice truck. I say it in every video. I joke about never being able to tell which one's my favorite. This is a really nice truck. Would I say it's my favorite? I'm not sure. I love them all. What I do love about this truck, and one of my favorite things about it, is that interior. I know I kind of harped on about it quite a lot, but it's worth it. It's worth me talking about because it is really special. The multiple different colors in the insert, that hand woven leather, then outside this 2-tone paint job, the street, all the billet options. This is just a really nice example of what we do best at Velocity. So really, really cool. Velocity Resto Mod F100. It's available for sale, ready to drive away today if you wanted to. It's here in the showroom. You can come and see it. You can come and test drive if you want to come and see us in Florida, but it is ready to go. We're filming this video just before Christmas. So if you were thinking about getting somebody the best Christmas present in the world, this one is available and would be ready on Christmas Day if you wanted us to put a bow on it. I think we've got some bows. We could put a bow on it for you. And listen, if you're watching this video after Christmas and it's still available, you're in luck. I would be surprised if it's still here because it is so gorgeous, but if it is still available, give me a call, come talk to me about it because it's such a nice vehicle. If you've got any questions, let me know. If you're watching on YouTube, leave your comments below. If you've got any questions, I will endeavor to answer them. If you're watching on Instagram, you can comment or send us a DM. And if you're watching on our website, where most of you do, and you do have any more questions, you're interested in understanding how to purchase this vehicle, please contact us. You can call us, you can fill in a form, you can send us an email at info@velocityrestorations.com. All of those ways. Thank you for watching this video and walking around this truck with me. It is awesome. I will leave you with it for the last bit of the video.